Hello and welcome to P&B's Wide World of Ports.
Hi.
We are here to do a review of our cruise on the Celebrity Summit.
Pay no attention to the fact that we're on the Norwegian breakaway while we're doing it.
We're doing a cruise ship review from a different cruise ship. Anyway,
It's fine.
it was a 4-night cruise
Out of Miami.
out of Miami. So it was a short one, so our lists aren't that long of pros and cons. Of course, there were definitely more pros than cons for me anyway.
Me too.
So we'll jump right into it.
We'll do the dislikes first.
Okay.
Start off with the bad.
Yes. Would you like to start?
Sure. I'll probably catch some flack for this, but food wasn't as good as it has been in the past. There, I said it. And it doesn't help that MSC was our most recent cruise before this, and the food was amazing on MSC. So,
Yeah, it was not as good as MSC,
yeah.
but I think I enjoyed the food on this cruise more than you did.
Yes, you did. But I also probably made some poor choices.
Well, what can you do? So we took a cruise on the Celebrity Millennium in 2019 to Alaska, which is the sister ship to the Summit, and so it was laid out very similar.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about food. One thing I noticed on the Millennium is, so I'm kind of a dessert guy. I like my desserts.
He does.
And they had a lot of cakes on the Millennium and the Summit, and I like cake. But when we were on the Millennium in 2019, like every single cake that I had on there was dry and hard, and it was just not good. The cakes, however, on the Celebrity Summit were very good. So I gotta give them that.
I don't do cake.
She doesn't like cake.
Don't like cake.
So I would say I didn't care for the fact that they did not have a sail away party. I've got some footage on that first day of the cruise, and we're sailing away, so I'm like, oh, I got to go to the pool deck. And so I go down to the pool deck, and like half the chairs are empty, and there's just people kind of lounging and hanging out in the hot tub. So it was definitely different from cruises we've been on in the past.
Yeah.
So.
I had a complaint of the pool being frigid. We're talking like I couldn't get in. And usually I can get in, but I couldn't get in. Holly got in and I wanted to swim with her so bad, but I couldn't do it. So it ties into another con of mine was, so there's an adults only pool that is warm. It's inside.
In the solarium.
It is bathtub temperature. I mean, it's warm, but it's only for adults, except for family time.
Which was it 1 hour or 2 hours?
I think it was 2 hours, but there were contrasting times. Like it said in our daily planner, it was from 2 to 4, I think. But then once we got there, it said 3 to 5. So Holly and I still swam but it was all adults. We did get some looks. We didn't stay in there very long, but I couldn't stand the cold. So I had to swim in the warm.
In the warm. Okay, I just have one more con. I mean, this was a good cruise, and I don't know, I'm not a complainer.
Yeah.
And this is extremely petty, and I realize it. So you can go ahead and say it in the comments if you want to, but I already know it's petty. There just was not a large selection of channels, and channels on the TV are never going to be a deal breaker for us. But again, we came off MSC, and every single night there was something, because we like to turn on the TV as we're going to sleep,
which I think a lot of people do.
Yeah, and I don't think there was one night where we didn't find something that we wanted to watch.
Yeah.
But on the Summit, it was a lot of news channels and just stuff that we're not interested in. Again, I understand, super petty, but I was struggling to come up with cons, so
yeah.
So there it is.
And the only thing else I had was no comedy club, which there wasn't on the other celebrity cruise we took, so I wasn't expecting a comedy club. There was a comedian, right? We didn't go see him, but he performed in the theater. But we like our comedy most times.
Okay, shall we do the pros?
Yeah, you go first.
Okay. One thing that I loved about this cruise is linking the credit card to your account could not have been easier. We did it before the cruise on the app, and so we didn't even have to mess with it when we did check-in, and there were no issues during the cruise. There were no issues getting off the cruise. It was seamless, which is, again, a huge contrast to our MSC experience.
Yeah. So my first one was check-in process. Like, we didn't even have to stop at the counter. We showed our IDs, we showed this, we showed our the code on our phone. They scanned it like in the line, and they didn't even put us at a counter because they saw that we had all our documentation, we had everything done, and they just stuck us in the waiting room, and we waited for less than an hour.
Not very long, yeah.
Got on the ship. It was so easy.
Yeah. My second pro is the drinks package. Let's talk drinks package.
Okay.
Celebrity will let, if you've got 2 people in the cabin, they will let one person get the drinks package. And it was presented very differently on this cruise than it was on our first celebrity cruise. So when we were on the Millennium, our first night on the cruise, we're in the buffet, and we're sitting there, and then we hear this guy say, "Psst, hey, you guys, come over here."
But he did not talk like that.
Let me finish my story. So we see the guy with his clipboard. He's like, "Come over here." And so we go into this dark, smoke-filled corner of the buffet, which is weird because they don't allow smoking in there.
And none of this happened.
And this guy's like, "Hey, I know there's 2 of yous in the room, but I'm just gonna sell you 1 drinks package, and you can use it for both of you, and nobody got to know about it. It'll be our little secret."
That didn't happen.
And so I say that to illustrate the way it was presented to us is he made it sound like he's not really supposed to sell it to just one person, but he could do it and we could both
keep
use
it on the DL.
So, I mean, some of that may have been, I may have taken a little creative license in that description. So this time, first night, it was actually right after we got on the ship. Of course, they've got their slew of people trying to sell you stuff. And so we go up to the guy that's one of the guys that's selling the drinks package and said, Becca's like, "Hey, can we just buy it for one person?" He's like, "Yeah, if you just want one, you can just get one."
Yeah.
So it was presented a little differently, but it's nice and it was very affordable. It was like, what, $25 a day, something like that.
We just needed the non-alcoholic.
Yeah, non-alcoholic. It was nice to just be able to get one.
Yeah. My next one is, so the dining, you could choose early dining, late dining, or anytime dining. We chose anytime dining. I think that was actually the only option, wasn't it? Because we booked a little bit late.
Yes.
But we got there every night and they sat us at the same table every time except one, in the main dining room. And so we got to know our waiter.
We had the best staff. Opie, he was awesome.
Yeah.
He's in one of our videos. Yeah.
But yeah, so I liked that they actually tried to. In fact, the time that they didn't put us at the same table, they were like, "Oh no, somebody already put somebody else there." So they really tried to keep us in.
We still got Opie.
Still got, yeah.
Another thing that I liked was when you go to see the show, they allow and encourage you to take pictures and film and put it on social media. They have a recorded message before the show every time. It says, please film this, please take pictures, please post it on social media. Yeah. Cool. Which works out great for us because we're vloggers.
Yeah.
We love to be able to share parts of what we see. There's got to be
a little bit of surprise.
Yeah. But we want to give our subscribers a little taste of what's out there, so they'll want to come see it.
Yeah. My next one is, okay, so obviously the Carnival ships are known for their kids club. So Celebrity, we knew, was not going to be as big and elaborate and all that stuff. Holly still loved it. But what I liked about it, and they may do this on other cruise ships and I just don't know about it, just because Holly's just now at that age that we know we can leave her for long periods of time. But they had kids bingo, which I haven't seen on a cruise ship before. Have you?
I don't think we have.
And then they did, or family bingo.
Family stuff that you can do with your kids instead of just dumping the kids off and then doing your own thing. So,
and then
there was some of that stuff where but I liked how they encouraged the family activities.
Yeah. And then the family silent disco, which I loved. And I loved watching all the kids do that. It was great. We've done just one other silent disco, just adults, but it was super cute to do that with.
And then there was the photo scavenger hunt too.
The photo scavenger hunt,
that was super fun. I guess this ties into the drinks package kind of, but the coffee at Cafe Albacio.
How do you remember this stuff?
I don't know. Anyway, at the coffee shop was very good. We like our specialty coffees, and I ordered pretty much the same thing every morning, and it was spot on every time. The specialty coffees were very consistent, and so I knew exactly what I was getting when I ordered it. So that was good.
I just have un more. Toilet seat covers. I don't consistently think about toilet seat covers, but I did notice on Celebrity in every public restroom, there were toilet seat covers, and I appreciate that, especially having a little one that needs those toilet seat covers. That was nice to have.
Yes. You don't want to sit where other people have sat with no clothes on.
Don't do that.
Okay. And my last one is the muster drill. It may have changed, in a month, but it was just
non-existent.
Yeah, we watched the video even before we got on the ship, right?
Yes.
We watched the video on the app.
It was part of the check-in process.
Yeah. Shortly after we got on board, they just directed us to our station, scanned our card.
And then you
done.
walked out.
Yeah. I think that concludes our lists.
Yeah.
Overall, great cruise. I mean,
Great cruise.
I would definitely sail with Celebrity again. I do want to say one more thing. I guess this would go on the pro side. The Summit is an older ship, 22 years old, something like that. And it was super clean. They've kept it up very nicely. I mean, everything's up to date. We didn't see worn carpet. I mean, everything, they take really good care of their ships.
Yeah, they do.
And so I enjoyed the ship.
Yeah.
Overall, great cruise. Thank you guys very much for watching. And please, if you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Doesn't cost anything, helps our channel out.
Yep.
And hit the thumbs up.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.